Today we have a very cool 1973 Alfa Romeo Giulia 1300 Super. It is one of my favorites because it will hold a family. It is fun, and it's not normally found in this condition, and having been so well kept from new and cared for. So we're going to take it for a ride, and I only wish we had more people to pile in, but it's only Jason and I on this one. Well, here's our cold start. She hasn't run in a couple days. Here we go. Okay, well, we did warm it up a little bit and moved it out from the showroom, the annex showroom, but she is in no way, shape, or form warm yet. Great oil pressure. We're not running the choke any longer. We're going to go first to third gear, even though second gear synchro is great, because that's what I'm used to save the gearbox for longevity. Very nice. We actually have benzina in this one.
We got a benzine.
So we don't have to stop.
Only for espresso.
Little espressito.
Espressito.
It's actually, I think, a lot of cool car that could fit the family. 4 doors. I remember having a model, I believe it was from Polar Steel at the time, that was a 1300 Super, or maybe even a later Berlina, but it was it was an Italian police car, and I always loved it. But this is the real thing. I mean, no siren or anything. You'll find that most of these really did suffer from rust and neglect. This spent an enormous amount of time in southern Italy until coming to the United States only, I think, a few years ago. As you can see, all of the Italian registration and inspections are still on the car. The dash top, which is usually cracked on a lot of these, is in exceptional condition. It has been serviced recently. It is not one of those Alfas that is incredibly wanting, because it has been cared for. Oh, and look at this. Brakes with the best of them. There's not a whole hell of a lot to say, other than it is exceptional for what it is. It is fun for the money. It is in exceptional condition. We're going to do a few flybys. We're going to take you on the farm road, show you its cruising capability. It's not going to set any land speed records, but it is fun. So we will be back to you as soon as the temperatures she's warm. Well, here we are on the curvaceous road. As you can see, the gearbox is really lovely. None of the second gear synchro issues most of these have from not being cared for properly or being warmed up properly. For a 4-door, it is pretty nimble and fun. So it still has a little bit of the vibe of the GTVs or the GTs, the Giulia GTs or the Giuliettas, but it's typical Alfa of the era, and again, just fun. So we're going to let Jason out, show you some flybys that will be nothing other than extraordinary, but it's not going to show you the blistering speed of this car because it doesn't have any blistering speed. but it is fun. We're back on our twisty road, on our way back to the homestead. There isn't a whole hell of a lot that is involved within this car. And it doesn't do anything wrong. It's just an Alfa 4-door 1300 Super that actually does everything right and as it was meant. So even though we're coming up to the farm road or the FFR, you will have already seen that she cruises really well. Well, here we are on the farm road, going up to the gears, second, third, fourth, and fifth for cruising. Temperature's great. It is really a fun family car. You can carry people, cargo. It's got a trunk that actually can be used. It's just a cool car of the era. That's about all we can say to you. What you see is what you get. And because this one is in such good structural condition, cosmetic condition, and has had a charmed life, we felt the need to have it so that we could move it along to its next ownership and find it another proper ownership where it'll be cared for, loved, and enjoyed. So I hope you enjoyed this road test.